For your door here, you've got your deadbolt, and then just a regular handle here. On the opposite side, this top lock here is going to be your maintenance lock. We have access to that if you guys get work done here or anything like that. And then you've got your deadbolt here, which is specific to your trailer. Anytime you see a hole like this on the side of the camper, that is because underneath here is going to be the manual override for a slide room. So there's two others of those, one on each side of the camper for the living room slides. Over here is your empty port for your freshwater tank, so you'll just turn that knob and that'll empty from there. And then your stabilizer jack is here. To actually put it down is just this button here, extend and retract. On the opposite side there is a manual override for that as well. The manual override for this and for the slide room here are going to be those jack handles that are under your bed. You have 110 outlets here, and then up here is where you will fill your freshwater tank. So all you gotta do is hook the hose up to that and let it fill for a few minutes. Up at the front here, we have a solar panel import here, so if you decide to get a solar panel, you can hook it up there. It'll be a battery tender at that point. This door here opens up into that bedroom closet that will house the washer and dryer if you decide to get one at any point. Up here is the electric tongue jack. It's got a light on it, and then extend and retract buttons for raising and lowering it. That is also how you level it from front to back. Underneath this cap is another manual override. That is going to be one of the jack handles that is under the bed. Inside here is your LP tanks, so you loosen these, and inside they're here. This is a switchover valve here, so you switch it from one side to the other. This little triangle piece is the way that it's pointing to each tank. So whichever way that's pointing is the tank that you're taking out of. Behind it you have your battery and everything here. It's 12 volts, it's already ready to be hooked up. On the side here you have your water heater. So inside of your hot water heater you've got a few different things. Up on the top you have a pressure release valve to make sure that there's water in it, and then on the bottom you have a switch and a plug. So this is your plug here that's keeping all the water in there. If that's out, no water will stay in. And then the on and off switch that is here is going to be your source switch. So when it's in the off position you're running off of LP, when it's in the on position you're running off of electric. This first compartment on your left side is going to be what goes underneath your bed, so there's a power cord and your hitch and everything. Down here is going to be where the majority of all of your wastewater is emptied out of your trailer. So the black handle is for obviously your black tank, but then there's another one hidden back there. You can see that has to be opened as well. And then you've got your two gray tanks. So how you're going to do this is you'll take off the cap. That way it actually has somewhere to empty. You'll hook up your hose to it and put it in a holding tank. You'll open both of your black valves, so this one and the one that's back there. Let that empty out all the way, and then you're going to come up here. So this is your black tank flush, if you can read that. And what that does is it's acting as a jetter for your black tank. So that's going to spray out this black tank and allow it to get all the debris and toilet paper and everything out of there. Once you let that run for about 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to take that hose off of the black tank flush and come back down here and then pull both of your gray tanks and let them empty out completely. Once that is finished, you are going to close all 4 of your valves, so both the grays and both of the blacks, and take your hose off and put the cap back on. This port here is your city water connection, so if you go anywhere who has water hookups, you're going to use your fresh potable water hose, which is the white one we've supplied to you, and you're going to use that as your source for water. And you're also going to hook up an inline water regulator to this. We have also supplied you with one. That just keeps the PSIs at a nice even 45 to 55 range, so it's not breaking any of your plumbing or anything like that. Next thing over here is going to be your adapter, well, your electric port here with an adapter on it. We did give you a sort of adapter, but you'll have to use your power cord and then hook it up to the end of that in order to plug into an extension cord. But right now I just have a regular 50 to 110, and that's how you're getting all your power. This here is your furnace exhaust, so that's going to go and let out any heat or anything like that, so it doesn't get hot, and then it is going to attract bugs. So we do suggest getting a screen that fits over that just to keep the bugs out. For your tires, the brakes and the bearings and everything should be checked probably once a year or every 10 to 12,000 miles, depending on how much you are going to be traveling with this. And those can be checked at any tire shop or auto body place or any camper dealership that does repairs. And then for the lug nuts, you're going to want to check those every 50 to 200 miles and then every trip after that. Also on the back here, you have cable and satellite hookups underneath this little cap here. And then you have a separate hookup for just your living room satellite. So those are all on the back of your... This is your stove exhaust, so there's a little flap in there that has to be open when you're going to cook it. On the back of your coach here, you have your spare tire, and you also have your bumper, which you can put your black tank hose into. So at the end of these, there's a little cap that will pop off of there, so you can put that hose in there so it's not in with the rest of your supplies. You've got the ladder that goes up there. You're going to want to climb up there about probably 4 or 5 times a year just to check the seals and everything. Making sure there's no tears, cracks, rips, anything like that, and then fix it accordingly with a non-self-leveling caulk. We do supply it here if that's something that you would like us to supply you with, and then we do have stickers to patch holes and stuff like that as well. Up at the top, you can see this little black thing. That's going to be for a backup or observation camera. So the observation is when you're driving, and then backup is only when you're in reverse. Coming over here, you have your LP Quick Connect, as it says on the sticker right above it. But this is what it looks like there. That's going to be for a grill or something like that, and then right next to it you have another one of your stabilizer jacks with its button.